It is time, friends, for what will be, without a shadow of a doubt, a very, very exciting series. It is time for OpTic versus NYSL here again. What a day it has been so far. If you've just joined us, you missed the 3-0 from LAG there. It was a fun one. Go back and check it out. For those of you that are here for this series and this series alone, we welcome you. This will be an absolute banger. My name is Miles, his name is Chance, and we are ready to get into this one. Mate, did you enjoy that break? I mean, I was just sitting thinking about how exciting this game's gonna be.
I was gonna say, I'm getting a little bit giddy over here. Cause like, even on paper when I was looking at it, I was like, all right, OpTic have a clear-cut, admittedly small advantage in the respawns, but they're probably the best respawn team in the game we have right now. And on the flip side, New York, probably just a little bit better on paper in search and destroy, but it is incredibly close. Even looking at the maps these teams lose, when they lose, it's by very, very little. Two of the strongest teams we have in the game. You get Clay versus OpTic, you get everything you want, Miles.
Well, without further ado, let's get straight into this one. Ladies and gentlemen, put them together for NYSL.
Don't let us down. Bring home a championship. Not one, not two, maybe 3 or 4.
Yo, Clayster, if you don't bring home the championship, you out of here, boy.
Hey, if there's one thing about the city that I understand, it's that they don't tolerate losing.
He's in from behind again. Clayster with 2.
So I'm bringing championships. We're bringing them by the dozen.
Just make sure the snipes is hitting. Headshots only. Anything higher than the headshot is uncivilized.
What a Zuma is? Zoom? He's on Zoom meeting?
The stallion is frying. The stallion is cooking.
Not quite what I was thinking.
You guys gonna kill it out there.
Good luck this season.
Thank you guys so much. This season's for y'all.
Subliners, way to go. New York's behind you 100%.
We're bringing a championship to New York City.
New York Subliners, Chance, said it before. I mean, this should be one hell of a series. Two tight teams with NYSL on an incredibly upward trajectory so far. Asim, Clayster, Diamondcon, and Mack. I mean, Diamondcon has come out as one of the most, fantastic amateur pickups. And Asim, the current form, it is a sight to behold on the map.
And I mean, the big question is whether they can hold and retain that form that they have on the map, because when they're on point, they're ferocious. They went on a nearly 9-0 streak in map count during Super Week. It came close to it. It took like what, a reverse sweep from Dallas where they're squeaking by in the controls to make things happen. This is a team. They always bring their A game. You know they're going to be intense, and Clayster obviously a massive reason why. The question is, can he make sure his teammates are right there with him?
Well, we'll see if that will be the case. But now to introduce a team that, quite frankly, needs no introduction, household names here in the Call of Duty world. Ladies and gentlemen, OpTic Gaming. Mighty keeps it going.
Normal, looking fantastic.
Envoy slaying his way through Scump from up high, the king.
I'm out here doing what they thinking is irrational.
Really starting to run that score up.
I'm gonna make it back, I'm gonna make it back, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, OpTic Gaming are back. Chicago are a force to be reckoned with. OpTic, I mean, the long-running joke is that they're not that great at search and destroy, but the last time we saw them play, things weren't that bad at all. This could be one hell of a series if they manage to tighten up that game mode. Formal, Dashy, Envoy, and Scump. They really don't need an introduction. Let's see if the gameplay Chance can do the talking for them.
And I think it might, man. Even when you think about, like, the search and destroy quote woes, well, they're 3-3, they're solid, and they make a lot of adjustments. This might be one of, like, the most aware teams we have in the league, if not the most aware team. Even the moments where you get those weird spawns in a hard point where you don't know if he spawned at the old hill time or the new, if he saved his kill cam, this team is always on point with that. Their communication as good as it could possibly get. Frankly, as long as they stay on point with respawns, they're going to be feeling very confident. Checkmate a map they're happy to play on 2-0. Frankly, any control map they get, undefeated in the game mode is OpTic. So they're feeling pretty good about that raid for map 3 as well.
I mean, if you're an NYSL fan, all you're looking forward is those incredible pace that you've seen Asim set already. Diamondcon now, I mean, let's see if he can hang with some of the biggest dogs in the league. Mack, he's been here before, and Clay, let's face it, that man has been in more difficult situations than most of us have had warm dinners. But let's see what happens in this series. What an incredible game to have on a day like this. I mean, it's what? It's Tuesday? It's Thursday, sorry. Or as I like to call it, the day before One Division. Let's get into this one, Chance. It's New York. It's OpTic Chicago. Let's go.
And there are 6 players in this lobby, by the way, that are in the top 10 for KD. I mean, these are 2 teams that have been ferocious. Asim, not a bad guy to start off with to see what he can make happen on the opening break. Because again, if anyone for New York, or really anyone in this lobby, if they're not on point with their level of production, the other team will take full advantage. And right now, New York, at least the first inside the hill, OpTic, taking their time up top to contest. Mack might have found it. Time to go around back. Formal, though, he's ready for the gunfights, able to take down 2.
Yeah, we like that. That was a great read. Good comms there from OpTic. Again, reading the play from Mack, not letting it get out of hand quickly, but it's going to be Diamondcon now getting involved. Asim pushing the fight forward. Diamondcon, he's got to go up against Dashy now. Dashy snaps on, finds a nice 2-piece. Trying to control this hard point, but again, the contest coming through. That's a bit of friendly fire from behind, but again, Dashy can only do so much from that front position. It's Formal once again, backing him up. It's going to be Scump. Scump now with control. The hard point at OpTic. Finally, an opportunity for them now to take some hard point time.
You see Clayster already thinking about new. 15 seconds left, but at least Dashy did not spot the cross, and Clay might have the read on Formal. Main AR gunfight. Clay's 1-0, at least in that category. Now he's got to deal with Dashy as well. Nice little spot. He's playing back NASA, but frankly for Dashy, he's going to get swarmed. Able to take down 1. Asim is there for the trades in New York. They got the spawn flip is in for P2. They win the gunfights, and they're going to be perfectly set up for new, and Asim provides.
Oh my god, I was wondering, is Asim going to be playing today? And Asim's playing today. That's a nice kill on a Scump there. He had no right winning that one. Trying to keep the push alive. Scump does manage to get a bit of retribution now as he makes his way forward, but you still have those players from NYSL spawning at the back, keeping this play good. They're going to maintain that pressure. OpTic still have a slight lead for now, and they are butting heads here on the point by yellow.
Honestly, for OpTic, maybe just a nice job just to keep New York trapped in the back, and you're getting hill control holding this from the front. Formal, he goes on a 3 spree. Can't quite finish the 4th, but his teammates are there for it. So honestly, for OpTic, you're kind of happy with that, right? Like if you end up losing the rotation, that's certainly not good. But to keep this game as close as it is, frankly, keep the lead after that hill, you're feeling pretty good. They do end up spawning on the back for this 3rd hill rotation. New York, maybe the first team that's inside. We mentioned it during the first series. New York, they are not shy about pulling out 4 XM4s on this map, in particular this hill.
Yep, see how this hill goes. Again, great work from OpTic to keep NYSL off that last hard point. Minimum production over by the 2nd point. Now on the 3rd, we're going to see Envoy there, reaping up the time. Dashy taking care of those players by A Street, got an angle to work with. Envoy sadly loses the gunfight up close. Clay's going to slip slide in, find himself the first. Over to Dashy now. Asim wins another big one. Again, XM4 in hand. Chance, you called it. It's 4 in the hands of the NYSL right now. Big kills from Scump. Trying to get on the point. Again, slow the production right now for NYSL. You just don't want to get too much time. Diamondcon does go down to actually the hip fire there of Dashy. So big work from Bruce. Clay and Co. still staying on the point, trying to find as much as they possibly can. But OpTic, every angle covered. Not letting them really get anything out of this.
And you see the reasons for having the extra XM4s as well. If you're in that middle hill, there's so many lanes, so many lines of sight, so many angles you have to really deal with and keep in the back of your mind. Incredibly difficult to get the lockdown, and I mean, it's what, 90 points maybe total that have been scored on the first 3 hills, but the clean 4 down from OpTic. The swarm on the hill is there. Finally, maybe a moment to really start to get a good chunk of hill time.
Yeah, over to Formal we go now. Kill number 4 in a row. That's going to be 12 and 8 overall. We're going to find a few more. Diamondcon from up top. What a snap that was. A little bit of help from T2P. Scump's going to be on the side of those 2 kills. Now from behind. Clay, great awareness. Doesn't let Formal come in from behind. With that, we're going to see the back locked down. That's the 2nd kill in a row now for Clay. But again, looking towards OpTic once again, it means their hardpoint management, man. They are on top of this time and time again. Whether it's keeping NYSL out of it or maintaining control there, it's picking up the scrap time. Very, very solid start. Similar to what we saw LAG bring against the Thieves in the previous series. But it's the slaying right now as well. I mean, OpTic, whether it's the hardpoint or the kills, they're just on top.
And this is a big moment as well, because not only did they just take, what, a 15-point game and turn it into about a 60-point game, they got that rotation for new. They have tons of map control. Scump right now keeping all these players at bay. He is inside the old hill, picking up 2 pieces. He's still alive, so he can be the cutoff man. And more importantly, well, Envoy has found his home. He got Formal posted up in top red in the back. I mean, this is the setup OpTic wants, and again, this might just be a full 60 they're able to get as Scump. 6 spree for him. 1 more, he gets some streaks.
Get some streaks. Things are looking a little dangerous right now for NYSL. It'd be great to hear the comms from them themselves. Let's go for an Astro Gaming listen in with the New York Subliners.
Top tower dead.
Let's go. Wait, we got
Wood and hill last 2.
Wood and hill. There's 2. He's wood and Envoy's on time.
Hey, I'm picking up right. Hit out the right.
Yeah, there's 1 shot, guys. I'm on the wood steps right now. Either wood
Stairs and inwood. Wait, two their stairs, one on hill. Another one was there. Pushing under B wing. One push under B wing.
Wood dead.
He's ladder Dashy. One back there.
Yeah, turn up.
Come on.
I'm on the wood steps, Dashy. Alright, I'm pushing through the right. I'm gonna get a yellow crate.
Dashy, one shot. I need one back right.
Wood steps.
You can come up.
Holding wood steps.
Old weak, and one back stairs.
Wood steps dead. I'm
one still back there. Nice. Envoy stuff hold.
I don't see him under B wing. Under B wing.
Don't chase.
B wing dead.
I'm coming back. One sec, I'm coming.
They're here.
I'm watching B wing hop. I'm watching B wing hop.
One more weak, they're back there. I'm one shot.
I hear you. Watching time.
One more time.
Dashy dead. Nice, more mannequin heady, really weak, I'm pretty sure. He's weak. He's in mannequin now. He's in mannequin.
We can
I'm needing top lane.
On the table right now.
I got one. I hear you. I have
Huge wins in hill.
Nothing with steps. I'm hopping up on the right.
I hit him above.
Yeah, I'm hopping up.
Great. This side weak. Callum.
Their side weak. Hit one hole. Come back to you.
When chance neither team willing to give an inch there on that first hard point in the second set. Tell me a bit about NYSL's comms.
Well, the comms are good, but frankly, it's just OpTic putting the pressure on. Scump, by the way, had a godlike spawn to get back P2. Asim's looking for him, but you can't check every corner, and Scump's job now just to stay alive and wait for his teammates. Comms can be on point, but for New York, they got to win the gunfights. They're just getting trapped. They hunt Scump down, and they clear him out. He does take one with him. It looks like New York do just enough to stabilize Miles. They're looking for a 130-point comeback. You can see, man, OpTic are making them fight for every single point.
Oh, it's a two-piece from Bruce. He's going to make his way forward. Mack will finally get the better of him there. That's a 6 spree for Mack. Scump's up next. That's going to be kill number 7. That's Streaks. Formal, though, is going to be able to stop him before we see that cruise missile come through. Still, useful situation to be in for NYSL. Streaks can come into play a bit later. 20 seconds remaining on this point. Quick contest. Tags are up. And my word, Asim and Diamondcon were dead before they hit the ground. Scump, huge plays all around. OpTic are just looking ideal right now, but with that mid-map control going the way of NYSL for now. Chance again, Asim winning big gunfights up by the top of the plane. Coming out of the old hard point is going to be OpTic. Now you got some plane control for them. This could make things a little more interesting on the push.
Interesting on the push, but again, all these players down low, they're used to holding these angles. New York, one of the better teams on this hill. A couple kills were able to go their way. You got Envoy up top. Well, you see his idea. He doesn't have teammates with him. He needs to go for some sort of late flank. And, well, Mack makes the read, but Envoy wins the gunfight. Now you can try to go for the pinch on hill. Nice win, though, by Diamondcon as New York still alive, still inside the point.
Once again, Envoy, good reason from behind. Just picking up those players who are tagged up and weak. That's the ARs there of OpTic putting in the hard work. Dashy, one of them, making his way forward. Clay on a 3 spree right now. Doesn't want to let this one go anytime soon. But what he's trying to do now is just maintain the pressure over the hard point. Keep an eyes on towards next. 200 points clean there for OpTic. A nice big win from Diamondcon. Slows down Scump. Keeps the hard point there on the rotation just for a brief few moments. But spawns for OpTic are slightly split right now.
God, yeah.
And that could prove troublesome. Real troublesome right now. And Envoy once again on the flank. He's a dangerous man in the best of times. You give him a good spawn. Let's see what you can do with it.
And right now, New York have no idea. There's not a single arrow that's even thought about turning around. And, well, you see him taking shots from up top, able to take one player down. And now for New York, they got to be a little bit concerned. Envoy obviously behind you. The rest of OpTic pouring the pressure in from the front. They still have not taken him down. Finally get the clearance. And big plays for Mack. Picks up 2 inside the point. New York stabilize, get the clearance. And again, they were down by 130 points. They have cut that lead down to 50. And they still have hardpoint control.
NYSL, not out of this yet. Kill feed goes the way of OpTic. That's going to be a clean 3. Asim's going to make him work for that last one. There comes the trade. Scump, once again, the teamwork right now from OpTic is just so delightful, man. I mean, they're picking up all those kills, always be trading. They certainly are. Play finds a shot punch upstairs. We saw the kill streak come through there just to try to keep those members of OpTic off point. Mack wins another big one. And it's again, watching these kills come through, I mean, it's a bloodbath. No one has given up anything. They're not willing to let these seconds go without seeing a contest time and time again. Man, this is back and forth, but that's 25 points for the win now for OpTic. They're looking to get it done here. Dashy on a 5 spree as Brucey is loosening up, starting to flex here on NYSL. Quick contest from Formal, in on the point. The man can get it done himself. Here comes the push from New York, trying to come in from behind, but Dashy from top lane, that's going to be 6 in a row. 7's around the corner. Streaks now landing. It's not going to do much as Envoy is going to be well and truly safe still. And Bruce, he's still going. Kill number 7. Dashy still out and about, making things look squeaky clean. Clay's tags are there. It's going to be a kill eventually. An Envoy now could potentially put this one to bed. His teammates coming in from behind, the pinch is on chance, and that's going to be another 3 clean kills from OpTic. Can they close it out here?
35 and 17 from Dashy. You gotta imagine he's thinking, yes, absolutely. 10 seconds left on the point. Envoy just has to wait for them to jump in his line of fire. And Asim maybe winning a big one-on-one. New York able to force it to at least the new hill, and still alive, you know, they're around the point. They got the early plane control for a moment. Clayster, though, has a couple players in front. He gets the 2-piece, gets the 3rd with the beatdown on Scump. 2 points away is OpTic from ending the game. That's all they need. 1 break on the next 2 hills, and OpTic will close this one out.
1 break's all it takes. Diamondcon on the back line. Finds one. Envoy with the trades. Clay's going to be the hero upstairs trying to hold this himself. No, he goes down. Formal. There it is, dude. Dip a toe, brother. That's going to be that. OpTic, take map 1.
Job well done by them. There was a moment after the 3rd hill on the middle point where OpTic gets a clean 4 down. It was a 20-point game before that moment, and then they went on an absolute tear. By the time the next 2 hills ran out, at a 130-point lead. That was very much a situation for New York where they did a lot of things right, but as soon as they gave OpTic an inch, well, they took the entire thing, a mile's worth of points. Made sure to get that first map win.
There we go. Map number 1 down and out. Again, for both teams, the hard points were going to be closely contested, but man, checkmate is just, it's Chinatown. Like, it's their map. They look so strong on that one. We saw some great plays, like that Clay 3-piece inside plane. That was a delight, and you're right, man. I mean, overall, everyone's playing this one very tight. Like, everyone's playing this one correctly, but like, you give OpTic a chance, man. You give them a slight window. They smash that bad boy down. They invite all their friends. They raid your fridge. Like, they just get cozy inside your personal space. A great start to the series. Now we go into the search, and this is where all the question marks are, mate. But you gotta feel good if you're OpTic.
You gotta feel great, especially for Dashy, man. 6,500 damage, ridiculous output that he was able to provide, but really just the whole way down. Even Scump, he had quite a few hills. Like, it was when they got that first 4 down after P3, it was on that next hill where he was picking up 2-piece after 2-piece, making the clearance on the rotation over to wood that much easier. And again, you build yourself a 130-point gap, you're almost never gonna lose that game.
You shouldn't, but hey, crazier things have happened here in the CDL. Now we're going to go to a very quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to Moscow for some Search and Destroy. Have OpTic tuned up the game type to make it all sweet for them, where NYSL have their way. Find out after this break.
Call of Duty League is presented by T-Mobile, now America's largest and fastest 5G network. Set your sights on the competition with T-Mobile, the leader in 5G. Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. The Call of Duty League is presented by USAA Insurance. We offer insurance that's made for the military community to help them easily protect what they've worked hard for.
Here we have our game fuel, keys to victory. Chance, we're going to be looking at Chicago OpTic first, mate. What do we got?
They're a strong enough team that as long as they bring in like that tournament level communication, they're going to be just fine. And the more important thing for them is trusting their setups in search and destroy. They're a very reactionary team, what we've seen of how they like to play around the opposition. Make sure that, well, they don't play for timings, don't give away anything too much, and they should be good to go in the game.
Trust in one another. We'll see what NYSL have now as we've got our game fuel keys to victory for our friends in yellow, John.
And you'll notice the exact same thing for this team. You gotta keep the communication on point. The way I view these two teams, both at the top of their game, both elite, and as long as they're not making too many mistakes, like whoever makes the fewer mistakes in this series, in my mind, is gonna win the game. What did we see in the map one? It's the one moment you go 4 down a single time, OpTic takes full advantage, goes on a 130-point swing. I already forgot what the second point was, but when you talk about search and destroy on Moscow, thinking about the time that New York 6-0'd Minnesota and played at a blistering pace. Got to make sure for OpTic. I know they're going to game plan around it. I know they're going to have some sort of trap set up around the A site, prepared for the aggression. You got to make sure that if they don't have to play for timings, they don't need to. Don't take the gunfights. Trust the game plan, whatever those setups are going to be. Stick with the plan. Unless things, you know, a little bit too crazy.
These might get hairy, but the second point was keep the kids' mental game in check, something like that. So that's on Clay.
There you go.
That's on Clay to keep the youngins. Keep the youngins good. You don't want to see, you know, I'm trying to think now of what? Anakin and the younglings. You don't want that to be like Bruce in that last map. The Jedi Temple. You know I'm talking about, Star Wars fans. It was bad. It was real bad. But hey, what a redemption arc, baby. Let's get it. Moscow, search and destroy. See if we've got the good OpTic or the bad OpTic when it comes to search and destroy, because that happens, let's be honest. But Subliners have shown some nice moves on this map in the past. Will they bring that same fire, that same intensity? Will Chicago read the aggression? Here we go, 4-man push through mid. Scump's going to see something, and we'll find out now. Just a bit of Clay. But it seems on the push, man. He's out for blood. The bomb now moving in towards A. OpTic, they're on the read, and look how mobile Subliners are, man. They've snaked their way through mid-map, and now they're conga lining all the way up towards A. Good reads all round, and once again, the bomb now making a move as well. So both teams very nimble, very agile. They're both clearly stretched before this one started. You love to see it.
Diamondcon, by the way, the big one. Basically, that aggression is just looking for a pick off the rip. If you don't find it, go back to the default setup. Envoy, though, trying to open up the A site. Clayster over towards Bricks, though, makes the read. He gets traded out. You got a 2v2. Asim going on a potential fast pinch, but keep in mind, his teammate nowhere to be found. Formal hunts him down, and it comes down to the kid. Lights on him at the biggest stage, 1v2 against T2P. Can Diamond deliver?
This would be one hell of a delivery. Again, you've got to be thinking about the nerves right now. Is he feeling it? Going up against two of the most famous Call of Duty players in the world. Diamondcon now with the bomb down. He has to make the retake. Comes up first. Bags are there. Fearless as he slides his way forward. Finds the first. There's the trade. But a valiant effort from the youngster. OpTic with a round.
Clean work, and that is a big round for OpTic to get, because again, the way that round played out, New York, they were looking for that pick in the middle of the map. That's why they force-stacked that aggression, and then they just went back to somewhat of the default setup. Diamondcon finds that first blood, effectively shuts down the B push, and OpTic, well, have to call the audible. Make the play over towards the A site. Envoy opens thing up, and well, Scump makes sure he closes the door. Solid first round, good adjustments made throughout. Now New York back on the attack. Might see a lot of this. Search and destroy, I think, is going to turn into this throughout the Pro League, man. Just finding like anything you can with your normal default setups. Feel out the round. See what information you can get. Make the play calls after that. Envoy stuns at least one. I think New York debating whether or not they want to try to force it through A or they're just going to wrap.
Oof, Clay. I think Clay could read the side of the Semtex there as it shot past his head. That was almost an amazing throw from Envoy. Deep B defense now from Dashy. Diamondcon, Asim, and Mack making their way forward. If they peek that bus, here it is. There's Bruce. Semtex is going to land. Big damage. Second kill goes his way. But Dashy has done his job dutifully. Now, bomb down in the middle of the street. Clay's in a bit of trouble of his own, but the wrap here could be good for Clayster if the timing is sweet. I mean, he could find Formal. He could find Formal. He gets Formal eventually. Gets out with his life. Scump now on the hunt. It's a 2v2 with 15 seconds on the clock.
You don't even have time to plant. You got to look for these kills.
Scump's on him.
With the first.
Nah.
Scump's gone, and Envoy there for the trades. You get a half second to think about that situation. And again, well, the big play, Dashy effectively wins the round for his team, but that did get dicey. Nice plays just inside of Laundry, making sure you're working with your teammate, Envoy and Scump, putting in work. And I will say for Formal, I know he lost the gunfight against Clayster, but it took long enough that Formal's probably thinking Clay might be a little bit shook. Or might have a little bit more confidence going into this round.
And that was that's a rough situation to be in. But again, like, it doesn't feel like NYSL, they're not making the bad play call, but it's just like those individual fights. Like, if Dashy doesn't get 2 of your boys there on the push, if he gets 1, that fight looks so different. Always be traded.
I mean, even if Dashy doesn't have a nade to like get that like second kill or put him in a bad spot, like things can be so much different. But Brucey does make those big plays.
Very economical with his push there and his nades and everything, you know, just making that work. Oh, Envoy, he managed to slip through. See that, the nade? It pushes Mack back. Clay on the push, though. Finds the first. Mack now up and about. Nice tags on the Scump. Nice Semtex as well. That's going to be the kill. What a throw from Mack. Formal and Dashy now, bringing the ARs up. Mack's trying to do what he can from this spot. Nice work. Mack, what a round. Diamondcon backs him up. Nice rebuttal there from NYSL.
That is a great bounce back. Honestly, I mean, you saw the idea from OpTic. That could not have been played any better. Envoy finds the literal perfect timing to get through Eskies. Clayster, though, just nice and prepared. And again, that is even for the side of New York, just trusting in the setup, making sure that if one thing's open, even if you don't think it's possible for Envoy to somehow get through, make sure you're there. Mack with a nice response. And I'm thinking for New York, obviously we talked about Search and Destroy maybe turning into the sort of passivity off the start, but even on Moscow, they've had a lot of success with those hefty, aggressive A hits.
Yeah.
It looks like they might turn up the aggression and try it right here.
We go. Everyone's got their helmets on. 3, 2, 1. Get ready to headbutt. Envoy's going to be up first. Diamondcon gets it. Diamondcon, he goes down. Max in from behind, and it's just insane. It's crazy, man. Dashy, though, a little late to the party, no problem. He's got Scump to back him up. It's now a 1v2 for Asim, who's yet to find a kill. What a round to do it in here. If he can find it. We are waiting for that Asim we've all seen a few times now in the league, and especially on this map in particular. Aggressive. Pokes out. And he gets his eyes taken clean out there by Scump and Dashy. It's 3-1.
Dashy on point. I think Envoy gets the best play of the game with the 2 Ps he had, but the way it played out, he gets traded immediately. New York with the aggression. It's kind of what you expect. Like, the worst case for New York is effectively you're going to end up in a 2v2, right? If they only send 2 players to defend on A, as long as you trade out the kills, you're not going to be at a man disadvantage. But I think if anything, they just slow down for a half second. Matt gets caught out on white, shot in the back. They're just a little bit more aggressive and hold down that left stick. Maybe things could be different, but OpTic, again, responsive to the aggression. The prep work certainly has been done. Now things have slowed down just a little bit. Nice little different setup. Nice look that New York is showing. Back instead of playing bricks, waiting for the Eskies push out.
Very, very light exchange from both players there. Played by bricks, Formal, down by the fountain. You've got Asim watching the main street, the boulevard there. What's the back end of B? That'll be all different once we play on the new patch, but just chilling. Getting slow round from both teams. Encroaching in towards A now. We're at the top of, or the bottom now of escalators. Both teams, they're going to commit. It looks like OpTic maybe going for a full execute on B here, and that could be it. They've got 3 men. They're going to be in the window now. They're up and about. They're inside. No one saw it. They've got full sight control. Subliners are going to have to play retake from the outside. They have the numbers to work with. Asim, a kill here would be great. If you can take 1 with you, that'd be huge for the boys. Any more than that is a godsend, but Asim still yet to get on the board. And he won't in this round. Envoy's up next. Dashy finds his, and it is a flawless round so far from Chicago. OpTic's 4th map round win is a banger. Oh, baby.
Flawless victory, and it looks like Dashy on point, getting a 2-piece again. Not even complicated plays. They're just able to find the perfect timing, just like Envoy found that perfect timing to slide into Eskies where Matt couldn't spot him. Found the perfect time to cross through middle of the map, and whichever player it was from New York, that tried to pick it up just a little bit too late. You get the bomb down for free, and Asim, well, just struggling to find a kill. If he gets that first pick on Scump, maybe things are different, but instead you're down 4-1. They're trying the A hit once again.
Go back to it. They had a decent amount of success previously. Clay with the big long AR shots there. Formal put the Krig to work from the backside of bushes. Mack now on the bomb. Quick plant. Watch those players coming through mid though. Clay's going to be there watching them by Eskies. That's again a difficult spot to be in. Has to watch the flank as well. And you know who's on the flank every single time. It's Envoy versus Clay in the back streets now going down as well. Dashy through the front. Envoy's actually going to B-Tor now. He's going to make his way up through Eski. So Clay's position's now been nullified. If he makes the read, good. If he doesn't, his boys are going to get overwhelmed on points. Scump finds the first. Diamondcon. He's left the kids all alone. Who's going to pick him up from school? Damn it. They're out here waiting in the rain. Clay goes down. Envoy finds another one. Diamondcon, last player left alive. And that's going to be that point. Dashy with the defuse. That's 5 kills in a row for Big Bruce. Dangerous looks from OpTic.
Anyone that is scared of this team, like if you're a fan that thinks they won't be good at Surge, I mean, again, just think about the names they have on this roster. Phenomenal decision-making from Envoy. Instead of going on the full flank, it's almost just like he can feel the pressure, knows that Clay is going to be on an island, and chooses, instead of taking that 1v1, just to group up with his teammates. They play around it perfectly. They hunt Diamondcon down. And Clay, again, well, he tried to get the pinch for the positioning, but none other than Dashy still winning his ones on a 5 spree, 8 kills to his name.
Man.
As OpTic, they just want to get this series over with as quick as they can.
It's a long day of Call of Duty ahead of us. We still have 2 series after this. But NYSL, they are not out of this yet. Asim gets himself on the board. It's 4 all across the board for the other players. Formal v Clay. Krig at range, deadly. Dashy still on that 5 spree. Streaks would be cool. He definitely saw Mack there. Out and about you go. Incredible movement from both players. Throwing shoulders, waiting for that perfect opportunity, the perfect advantage to land those shots. Mack is somewhat outgunned at this position, but we'll see if he can't bring the 74U to the table. Scump, put the fight up close. If he does deal the damage, the trade's going to be there. Clay's going to dip out, find that first blood. An Envoy now. Lying in wait. Oh no. Takes a shot and he misses it. Shoot. Diamondcon cleans it up. This could be a good look for NYSL.
Russian pays dividends. They got through as well. They do not have the bomb, though, so someone needs to go back to pick this up, and frankly, maybe that means they're going to be forced to go towards A. Keep in mind, Asim, he's been cutting off the middle of the map this entire time. His patience just bit him in the dust. Scump got through, and now him and Dashy.
Oh my god.
I mean, they got the pinch over towards the A bomb.
Asim's on the other side of the map. Scump in from behind. Scump gets the tags. He doesn't die either, so here comes the push through. It's going to be Dashy versus Diamondcon. It's not a problem whatsoever. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. They're going to get the bomb down as well. Asim's the last player. He's got to make a run for it. It's a 1v2 for Asim once again. He gets another shot of this to keep his team in the search and destroy. And here he goes. Oh my god, the timing is so good. OpTic. That's 2-0 in the series. That's 6-1 in the search and destroy.
And that is going to be tough on the rewatch for New York. Asim, I mean, perfectly. Just holding mid-map, no hesitation, and Scump was going to walk right in front of him. And as soon as Scump creeps out, that's exactly when Asim turns around. Scump gets gifted the free flank, and they took full advantage. Dominant search and destroy performance, the 6-1. A little bit of lady luck towards the end for the final round, but the strats otherwise on point. All the adjustments OpTic were making is exactly what they need. It is tournament time. OpTic look to be in tournament form.
Right on, man. I mean, the last time, the biggest victory that OpTic have had so far was against LAG, which was a 6-3. So that, a personal best. And you can see for Clayster, not a happy bunny, and you wouldn't be. I mean, again, a lot of good work has gone into the team to get them up to that top, higher level as they have been. And they are getting put to the sword right now by OpTic. Stats on your screen. What was a relatively quick Moscow search and destroy, and it was all Dashy once again. 10-3. Juicy for Brucey right now, that is for sure. Seem on the struggle bus there at 1-6.
And the number of things that OpTic did well just to respond to New York, right? We've seen the aggressive A strats, 4-man hits. Well, you got what? Dashy and Envoy, I think it was, going through the flanks and Eskies, making things interesting. Instead of going for the full flanks, if you know Clay likes to play on an island, group up together as a team. There was always a response from OpTic. Again, they have sort of a reactionary play style in search and destroy, it seems. They like to see what their opponent does and then game plan around that, which a lot of teams do, but on point with it there. 6-1 wins, got to feel good. And again, Maybe on the flip side for New York, we talked about that mental game for them. Asim needs to bounce back from a very tough performance.
Tough performance. Our US Army tactical play will be that final round. Again, massive kudos there to OpTic pulling that one out. NYSL certainly struggling here, but chance, Clay's opening pick, it wasn't enough to give them the true advantage.
I mean, again, things honestly went well, right? Envoy ends up letting Clayster through as he just slides away. Envoy gets dropped, but the important thing, Scump just got that kill on Mack, and he was around gold window when it happened. Asim right now is sitting on the statue. I'm telling you, it is Call of Duty timing at its finest. He just hung out and waited for however long. As soon as he turns away, Scump just takes that cakewalk right on through. About as easy as it could get to close out that round. Scump and Dashy with the perfect teamwork as well. It's just Call of Duty timing, man. It happens sometime, Miles. Well, this time, it cost New York.
It did cost them indeed. Well, that's going to be 2-0 in the series so far. We're flying through this one. Not another 3-0. Here in our second day of the Major. We're trying to have a nice time here. We're trying to have a good time for you COD fans. However, for the OpTic fans, you're probably, fist bumping in the air. But we're going to go to a very quick break. When we come back, we can have control. This could well be another 3-0. OpTic are looking very, very strong. NYSL, though, you cannot count them out just yet. We come back after this break. Or Call of Duty action. Don't go anywhere.
Hey everyone, Zachar Who's Immortal here. The very first major of the 2021 season is officially upon us. I think we're going to see some fantastic matchups this week. They're just going to get better and better as the days go on. A few key teams that I'm looking out for that I got my eye on right now. Thieves and FaZe, they both had super strong starts to the season. Empire's up there as well, and of course OpTic is playing pretty well too. But when it comes down to it, I think to end off on Sunday, we're going to see that final matchup between FaZe and Empire. Based off of what we've seen so far, FaZe just looks phenomenal. I mean, they are as dominant as can be in pretty much every single mode. And of course, Empire, they're looking to pick up right where they left off last season and hopefully continue on with another year of dominance there. However, that said, at the end of the day, I think it's going to be FaZe that comes out on top. They've got the chemistry, they've got the momentum going into this major, and I think that's going to show for itself in the gameplay. So with that, I've got FaZe taking home the W.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty League. Chicago OpTic versus the New York Subliners still coming your way. OpTic currently up 2-0, brother. Subliners are starting to look a little bit shaky, but they still have control to play. Don't forget, you can earn a free CDL team pack this weekend with any purchase of Game Fuel. Go to gamefuel.com/CDL, find out a little bit more. I know I've got Game Fuel. I showed some folks last night what my setup looks like. There is literal cans of Game Fuel actually all over the floor behind this desk. I might show you a little bit later on. But the quick scope there, Chance, a slight edge there for OpTic, and in the control, oh boy, Chance, oh, 5-0, oh.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that makes a pretty obvious problem that New York is gonna need to solve. OpTic, again, overall, best respawn record as a whole in the league right now. Obviously, map 1 is just gonna add to that. More importantly, on top of being the best, perfect so far in control on this map. We're going to, I believe they are 3-0 on raid. Admittedly, New York has not been too shabby on this map either, but man, Tournament OpTics pick it up just an extra little notch. Of course, they want to close it down as early as they can. Don't want to give New York any breathing room. Try to just devastate them as quick as you can.
Yep, we go. Ah man, this could be a 3-0. Rest in peace, my bracket. Look, I was testing my power. I wanted to see if I still had the curse, and who knows? Maybe I still got some of that old magic in me, baby. Who knows? Right, let's get into it, Chance. Map 3, here in this series. NYSL. OpTic. Let's get it.
And I will say, Miles, for you, like, curse or not, I don't know. Dashy has just been 2 on point. He dropped, what, 33, 35 kills on map 1, put on a show for map 2. Needs to be some sort of a response, but of course, Dashy wins the gunfight. They get the clearance towards B. Well, maybe they're worried a little bit about the spawn kills, but that's exactly what Scump's job is going to be. He needs to look for Asim. His teammates, they got to deal with the actual point.
On we go. Scump's got Dashy's back, no problem. We're in on B. There's a contest. Plays the last player left alive now for NYSL. He did. That's that. You're going to still see OpTic. Oh, the big win from Formal. That's his second in a row. That's going to be the tick on B. The second one's closing in now. Scump wins another big one in Kitchen, and this is clean as you like, man. I mean, this is a good look. You've already got Dashy making his way towards A as well. Envoy's about to hit the pinch. Dude, it's just like OpTic are playing New York like a fiddle right now. Like, there's nothing they can really do. Dashy's still alive here. 4-1 overall. Just trying to keep the pressure up towards A. Keeping them guessing. And you have to keep guessing with Bruce is picking up the kills. New York are finally going to stop him, slow him down for now. Envoy's going to fill in that position immediately. Chicago, man. Dangerous stuff. B's gone. Now the attention diverts to A.
Oh, and dude, you can even tell their communication's so good. Envoy lets the scene pass. Dashy knows he needs to pick it up. Now, of course, though, he's by himself on the hill, wins his one-on-one, and unfortunately for him, does get traded out. New York stable just for a moment. You got to see him again trying to be annoying on the flank and successful, able to pick up not the second reaction time from Envoy, OP, and Mack now finds himself by himself on the point.
What can Mack do alone? He gets Envoy. Man, that was a big win. Like, how the hell did he kill Asim in that situation, bruv? Dashy, 8-3. Tournament Dashy, looking mean. Great catch, Diamondcon. Oh, man. What a catch. Mack and Asim now trying to make their way forward. Bruce is hurt. That's not a problem. Well, that's a problem. Envoy's up next. Formal's backing him up. Nice shots. Formal straight on the second. Clay's got the coverage. Nice bit of work then. And once again on the defense from NYSL. Drain the tick. Still down to the first. Minute 25 on the clock. 6 lives. Gotta make it 5 now for NYSL versus the 14 of Chicago. I mean, bro, this is getting dicey.
I mean, they got to think long term just about that life count. They're outslayed by 9 kills for the moment. Going to get traded out as well. No respawns remaining, and OpTic obviously have all the time in the world to get this done. A 3v12. Good luck, have fun. You're just trying to keep this life count close. Clayster, well, not the worst start in the world, but even still, he's getting flanked. There's just an extra man. OpTic have too much pressure. Too dominant of a round number 1. Mack for the 1v11. Needs a prayer and a half in OpTic. Just full speed ahead. Everything clean and easy. Comms on point. Teamwork even better. It seems like for the moment, at least today, they can do no wrong.
Oh, boy. All guns blazing right now for OpTic. It was just the opening offense was just so strong, man. Like, they slapped. They slapped hard. They were clapping right off the rip. There was no slowing them down whatsoever. NYSL didn't have a whole lot there in the tank. Life count, way, way ahead of them. New York, let's see what they can now do on the push. It's about time we go for a real quick Astro Gaming. Oh my God, let's do it. Quick listen in. Quick listen in with OpTic. Let's go.
I'm coming back.
Nothing
Keep on court. Good job, man.
Nice.
Flashing over.
Yo, I think he might go court.
No trophies.
One 200 money. Went back to their side.
Pull steps, one shot, Clay.
I'll pick up pull steps.
I need help.
Yo, clear court.
He's to the left.
Yeah.
Close left.
I'm on your left.
One mouse back. I got my point. Next one.
Gotta go.
Yeah, get here. Lead court.
Right here. Close right curb. Close right dead.
Pull steps, something mid.
Driveway
dead. Nice. Last guy. Pull steps, last guy middle. He's sitting pull steps.
Pull stairs, weak Mack.
I'm
still pull steps.
coming down. Say loud.
Pull stairs.
I'm coming top though. We need help.
Pull stairs back. One shot. Absolute.
1 point. I'm hitting my van.
I'm hitting absolute on it. And one's right side.
I right push.
One more.
White van.
I hit up driveway.
Did we ever kill Mack?
Yeah, I killed Mack. Yo, in red already. In red Mack. First guy. He's on the steps.
I'm coming move in.
Dashy misses the three-pointer chance. They lose B. I mean, is as easy as that. The comms are on point there for OpTic.
I was going to say, I thought that might have been a bad omen for him. And then you hear just the amount of information these guys are processing. That is ridiculously quick comms. And again, the information on point. They're always aware of what's going on. Arguably the best comms in the game. Clayster, though, a couple big kills go his way. New York, they certainly have their fight in them. Unfortunately for them, they got to deal with Dashy. Dealt with, no streaks for Bruce. 8 points starting to get captured. Really, OpTic, they're just going on the fullest of flanks. Envoy always trying to come from the back.
Dude, always, man. He's about to get Diamondcon up top. Envoy on the flank. Finds himself one more. He's still got the capture on towards A though, but Envoy immediately in on spawns. Like, I love this play. Like, doesn't have to worry about the point. Trust his teammates to do that. He goes for the spawners. That's a heads-up play if ever I've seen one still. Asim holds the line, keeps it together. Second tick on A done. That's Asim 6 in a row. Finally brought down there by Scump. A crucial kill to stop the streaks come through. Mack still on the point. So close to the A capture, and there it is. Subliners get on the board.
2 for 2 with defensive rounds, but you got to keep in mind, should we see a round 5, OpTic just bullied out hard enough in round 1 that they're still sitting at about a 7 or 8 life lead. At least that's the gut check, and maybe more importantly, don't take that 3-point shot off the start of the round on defense, because it might just be the deciding factor in the round. But either way, finally, New York, a little bit of signs of life. The pressure was certainly put up on them. I think it was a combination of Clay and Asim making the big plays towards the end. Make sure to drive it home. And again, you're talking about the mental game, man. Diamondcon, uncharacteristic. Poor performance so far from him. Granted, only 2 rounds in, but 3 and 10, not the best of looks.
Chicago, what we got now? It's the push developing through pool. Envoy is going to get his feet wet. Clay, nah, can't get around the corner and get out live. That's going to be that. Diamondcon's going to be the next player to step up on the defense. Now 3 members of OpTic making their way in towards B. 1 player on the cap. It's going to be Envoy pushing the players out from basketball. And as always, there's going to be someone in that top bedroom, and it's formal, and he's comfortable right now. There's the kill. Seam wins a nice big one there with the 74U, but again, the trade's on point. 1 man apiece now on that B zone. Over towards A we go on the defense and the offense. Scump's going to try to cut Kitchen in half. Asim's up first. Big win from Asim. Nah, that was huge. Pick at B. A now starting to develop.
Well, where Scump fell, Formal picked it straight up. 2 spree for him towards the middle of the map. Clay wins his one-on-one, and well, OpTic, you see 1 tick of progression through on the B point. About to be 2 points of progression over towards A. Asim, well, if he's thinking about the flank, Dashy's sitting there waiting for him, and you see New York chalking it up, giving away A for free because they're thinking about the life count. Down by 3 for a moment. The good news for them, got a little bit of mid-map control. They got bedroom control. As Diamondcon's about to find out, players from OpTic trying to come around the tree. The trades are there. Nice teamwork from OpTic.
Yeah, Mack holding the line. Back on spawn, keeping the players good. 2 players in mid, 2 players sitting in spawn. And it's going to be Clay trying to keep them there. Here comes the push through Kitchen. Dashy wins the first. Can't quite get the second as well. Diamondcon. Diamond hands, holding on to the Kitchen. Now OpTic on spawn. Mack versus Scump over by the ring. It's going to be Scump taking that high ground. Mack's trying to keep him at bay. 1 player going through now mid. For NYSL, the 3 players there from Chicago lining up. OpTic trying to make the big hit on towards B. Diamondcon keeps that mid-map safe. Very important position to be in for right now. Now it's just going to be that long-range gunfight. No one really with the opportunity to make the play forward. It's got to be something special. And Diamondcon at pull steps, he's going to be important. Cut these players off. There goes Envoy right through the bait, though, and he does manage to survive. Dashy gets the kill. Formal makes his way forward now. That was what you needed for OpTic.
They got the information, too. Envoy's calling out 1 basketball, 1 money. They know where they need to look. They are running out a little bit of time. Ooh. Formal with a couple trades and a nice 2-piece. Still, though, a 2v2, and New York's going to be quicker on the respawn. Kitchen control for Scump, though, and this might be it. Formal, a lot of players in the back.
Yep, plays the back. Oh, they slide through. The first one comes through. Diamondcon's going to get the kills and the team kill. Dashy can't quite finish a seam. And I will say, man, it was tight, but it wasn't tight enough. Chicago finding the kills. I guarantee there's a horny for me going on right now in the chat. There is no doubt in my mind the man is on a run. 21 and 10. But it's not quite enough to stop him here. We stopped the clock at 27 seconds. OpTic on the point, going for the cap. No lives left now for New York. The final 3. Asim can't get it all done. You can't get those players off. Diamondcon and Clayster now versus the entirety of OpTic. Get them off the point, stop the cap for the time being. That'd be great, but you don't want to throw away those lives either. Chance, here we go. OpTic looking to get their 2nd sweep of the season here against NYSL.
in this entire series so far, I mean, it's just been the M4s, right? The XM4s just outperforming. I mean, Clay, throughout Super Week, throughout the opening breaks, was looking like one of the best players in the game, but Formal and Dashy have been taking it to him. And again, just when this scoreboard shows up on this next side, you're just going to see good numbers for Formal and Dashy. What is that? 56 combined, something like that. Not a ton of deaths. On the flip side, Diamondcon more than double negative. And Clayster down a little bit as well. AR presence right now, OP from OpTic. And obviously, a lot of credit to Scump and Envoy. Setting them up.
Yep. Setting them up, knocking them down. Mack's going to get that first blood. Over towards the A-ring. Envoy on the defense. For a player with his headset backwards, he has fantastic awareness. Scump and Formal light on the kill feed, finding a couple. Scump keeping the B zone safe. An immediate flip over towards A there for NYSL. Watch what OpTic does now with this opportunity. They've got 3 players, got that single kill. Look to see them hit the spawns. They're going to still hold that position on B. Here comes the cap in towards A zone as well, though that second tick's going to dissipate incredibly quickly. 3 members there on point. Maybe a slight collapse on towards A, but they might just chalk it, give it up, focus on B. OpTic just have to hold on. 25 to 26 and the life count. Here comes the push from NYSL.
Well, they just split up as well. Envoy stayed and Formal ran away just to defend the B point, so maybe just a life or 2 sort of thrown away. Either way on defense, they're stacked up around, but NYSL sort of have him trapped. Asim right now through money. Yeah, one team in garden, the other 2 pull steps. The break happening right now.
Mack find a first. I mean, Envoy's going to try to bounce back. Diamondcon now getting involved. There could be a second there from Scump on the outside of the pull, but Dashy, once again, you have to check the bedroom. It's such a strong position. There's always someone there. Now you're finally going to see Asim come up from behind, try to catch out Dashy. The shots are there. The kill comes through, but Bruce, big Bruce, the biggest of Bruce's finds 2. A 3rd kill from Dashy. That is obscene. 5 in a row there for Bruce Almighty. What a hold. You're going to see these boys keep on charging at Dashy. 6 kills, keep him coming. He holds the line admirably. There is no one in the league like Bruce. But Envoy now get involved in the kills as well. And OpTic, they're starting to light things up with a minute on the clock.
Starting to light things up, and that is problematic, but still, the state of the land right now, OpTic only up 1 life. New York, plenty of time to make this happen. You get maybe 2 or 3 pushes. Asim, well, he's thinking about the flank. Nice reach from Scump. Think you heard him coming the entire way. Dashy wins his 1 on pull steps, and New York still are just stuck. Trapped around bedroom, getting hunted down. OpTic keeping them pinned in their base, and NYSL feel the pressure. They're going for that full wrap, but as they're going for it, you see the reaction from OpTic. Scump knows the deal. He's already posted up in basketball, and Dashy, the roaming slayer, 33 and 15 for the kid.
25 seconds remaining now. What will break first for the Subliners? Will it be their bodies or their minds? There's 12 lives remaining. Do they still have the resolve to make the push? 4 members of OpTic there on the front of the point. It's going to be a war of attrition right now as Diamondcon finds himself the first kill through the pool. He goes. Envoy just gets his head under the water, slides it through. Mack though on the trades immediately. Dashy holding the point and Scump at the back line. Can NYSL break the point? There's the quick contest. 11 seconds on the clock. OpTic slow down, they wind up for the punch, and it's a knockout blow. Mack's still alive on the point, though, still trying to get these kills. 5 seconds now remaining. Can anyone contest? And I don't think it's happening, Chance. That is that. OpTic, they get their 2nd sweep of the CDL 2021 season so far. And we see NYSL drop down to the elimination bracket.
Take a second look at the best play as well. Dashy, demon as always. Crisp and clean shots. Reaction time on point. Gets the kill with the pistol. You can't let it happen. Takes Asim's gun and kills Asim's teammates with it. The funniest thing was he still had his nade saved after all that time. Bruce, MVP of the series without a shadow of a doubt. What, 33, 35 kills, I think, in the first hard point. Exact same performance in the control. Dropped double digits in the search and destroy. That is exactly what you want to see if you're an OpTic Gaming fan. Tournament time is here. That is a tournament performance on the green wall.
Oh, man, that is what you love to see for the OpTic fans. And if anything, I think this is probably one of the best case scenarios now for NYSL. I know it hurts, it stings more than anything, check out the stats, but like for this team's long-term development, like I think they have to take these losses. You're never going to get that true experience without taking those heavy licks. And this 3-0 was, I don't want to say it's like, oh, it's an eye-opener. Like, no, it's great experience for a squad like this to take a loss like that from a squad like OpTic. Now you have to make the lower bracket run. Now you have to go at it with no lives remaining, really. But this is where champions are forged. This is where the youngsters on the team are going to learn the most in that roster. It might suck for Clay, but I think for the squad overall, good things ahead. Now, we have our Scuff player of the game. There's only one play, surely. Surely there's only one play that you fans can be treated to, and it is, of course, your boy Big Brucey, absolutely gushing on the Subliners here on defense. Chance, it was a massacre.
It was a massacre, and again, just the shots on point, and the feed looks nice. Anytime you're getting a kill with the Diamondcon, if it's taken more than 2 bursts, you almost never get it. It took 3 for him to get that final kill on Asim, but maybe a couple missed shots coming through. But again, for a player like Dashy, if you miss a bullet, he is going to take your head off. He does so exactly there, and again, one of the best series he's had the entire year.
Unreal, man. Unreal stuff. Well, that's all from myself and Chance today. We hope you enjoy the remaining 2 games. When we come back after this break, it will be Lottie and Nameless breaking down and exciting you for the upcoming matches ahead. Don't go anywhere. Major Day 2. Plenty more action to come your way.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the Call of Duty League. Now, you may have just seen before your very eyes OpTic take down New York Subliners in quite the fashion. We've got a ton of action still left to come your way today. Florida Mutineers versus Paris Legion next, and to finish things off, we've got Røkkr taking on Ultra. I've got your boy Nameless joining me on the desk yet again as we talk about this quite phenomenal OpTic roster. Nameless, talk to me about what you saw there, man, because that was pretty epic to say the least.
Yeah, that was an amazing performance across the board for OpTic. You know, any question that you had for them going into the major, I think they just answered all of it. They played a hot New York team. For the ARs and the M4s on New York were frying. I mean, you had Clay and Diamondcon who were top 5 in overall KD, and hardpoint for the ARs just absolutely destroying, and Dashy and Formal went off on that map 1. Dashy throughout the series was just spectacular. I mean, that individual performance out of him was some of the best we've seen throughout this game. So, I mean, OpTic, the one thing that we wanted to see them improve on, S&D, what did they do? Dominated the search and destroy. Even in situations where they got blooded, they were able to win the round. It was just a great performance all around for them.
It really was. I mean, I feel like they improved in so many different areas there. I mean, S&D, of course, it's the blatantly obvious one, but also their respawns were looking unbelievable. I feel like they're a unit right now, working together as a team, and it's really, really working for them. I think also, just to point out with Dashy coming on board, this was the pick that fans wanted, right? You know, this was the roster move they wanted to see. I feel like there might have been a little bit of pressure on OpTic coming into this first major to really perform and to also win it. Nameless, looking at the way that they're playing in their first game of this major, do you think that they have a solid chance of getting to that finals?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, Dashy going to this team, he got everything that he wanted. Like, they have to win. And they look incredible right now. And he's definitely showing, like, this is why he wanted to be on this team. It's like Harden to the Nets. Like, they got to fry, they got to win, or people are going to talk trash. It's just how it is. But they're backing all that up right now. They're playing so well. I think they have a legitimate chance at winning this entire thing.
They do indeed. Well, I'll tell you what, guys, we're going to head to a quick break because we have Scump on the line for our Game Fuel Victory Spotlight. We will be back right after this. This is your Game Fuel Victory Spotlight, and I am joined by the Call of Duty king, that is Scump from OpTic. Scump, I just want to put this S&D reputation to bed, my dude, because after that, I've got to say, your S&D is looking pretty amazing. I want to know from you guys, what have you really changed to start to level up your S&D to the point where, let's be honest, you probably are one of the better S&D teams that we have in the league?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are doubting us. Again, one match against FaZe, I can see why people would be worried about it. But it really helped us. Again, I said it after my last interview. We really went back to the drawing boards and really just reworked the game mode as a whole. And we're still improving on it. So obviously we had a really good showing today, but we got to stay consistent in that game mode moving forward. But I mean, you can't be mad about today. We played it perfectly.
You did indeed. The mid-map adjustments were on point, my friend, and we loved seeing that happen. Also, I've got to say, you guys came out pretty hot. Map 1, but during Super Week, we saw that actually was a bit of a struggle for you guys. So what has changed from then to now?
Oh, I mean, it's major time, baby. Like, it is the time to, if you're going to fry, now's the time to do it. There's money on the line in these matches. We knew coming into this series, if we came out hot in that map 1 against New York, we'd take away a lot of their momentum because they have been riding that high, you know, with some very close matches against some really good teams. So we just really focused on coming out hot. We got a good warm-up versus FaZe in before as well. So that's a good team to warm up against, and I think it really helped us out. So thanks to FaZe. But, yeah, it's major time. I mean, it comes down to that.
You heard it, guys. It's major time. Well, I appreciate your time, Scump. Thank you so much. We always love to have a little peek behind the green wall and see what's going on in those brains of yours. But thank you so much, and best of luck through the rest of the bracket.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
There you go, guys. We're going to head to a quick break, but when we come back, we have plenty more action coming your way. Somebody is going to be going home. The question is who, but it's out of these two, Mutineers versus Paris. We will be back right after this.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the CDL Stage 1 Major. It's time for some elimination games. Paris Legion versus Florida Mutineers. What, study? Back-to-back 3-0s in my bracket right now? Yep, this is what I'm doing to it. It's chalked, pal. It's done. We are out of here. I don't know about how your predictions are doing, but mine are just straight in the garbage.
Mine are awful, man. It started on day one. Once I picked Seattle, they went down nice and early. It's been chalked ever since.
Yeah, it's not been a fun time for our pick'ems, but hey, you know what? Maybe there's a chance where we can start to improve in them now. Again, back-to-back 3-0s. Excited to see what we have in regards to this series, right? Paris Legion v Mutineers. A lot of excitement, of course, in regards to this series. But hey, we got to meet our teams. Let's put our hands together for the Paris Legion. Paris Legion, 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 Paris Legion.
Wonderful start here for Paris Legion. Paris Legion just about pushed that player off the hard point.
Can they clutch up and go big?
Classic just being aggressive in the plane.
Fire's got to get on the bomb, and he will. He finds the kill.
Unbelievable stuff.
Awkward from the back end, able to pick up 3 along the way.
Paris Legions.
What a round!
Paris Legion, Paris Legion, Paris Legion, Paris Legion, Paris... All right, okay. I think I hit like 50, 60 study. Regardless, man, this team, they have looked excellent, right? Scraps, Classic, Aqua, Fire, coming into the year, no one really had a whole lot of expectations on this team. But they have proven everybody wrong. How great has Paris looked lately?
Oh man, lately these guys have just been getting better and better as the matches go on. We saw them have a phenomenal series versus Florida during that stage 1 where they 3-0'd this team. So they're going to be feeling really confident in this matchup here. But just overall for this team, I thought they were going to be bottom 12. But these guys are just improving every single day, every single match. I'm excited to see them here.
Absolutely, it's going to be fun to see exactly how the boys start to play. What you know, Scraps, Aqua, they've been definitely performing. But hey, we also have another team to meet, and they looked absolutely terrifying yesterday. Let's go ahead and meet them from the deep, the Florida Mutineers.
The dictionary defines redemption as the deliverance of persons or things from the possession and power of captors.
It is a 3-0 victory over the Florida Mutineers.
As the act of making something better. As the act of making up for a loss.
It is over, and that is a shocker for the Mutineers.
We define it as inevitable. can count our KD. You can count our headshots. You can count our hill time. What you can't do is count us out.
And those are your Florida Mutineers. I mean, what study? A team coming into the season we had a lot of hype for. They don't play great to kind of start things off, but boy, was it a different story yesterday versus Seattle. What, Big Wake, Skies, those two together were absolutely lethal, putting up 1.3s on the surge. I mean, what did you make of the Mutineers' performance yesterday?
Oh, man. They were unbelievable. Every single map, there was a different player stepping up. It was Awakening in the control. It was Skies in the hardpoint. Neptune in the search and destroy. Don't forget, that was one of the sickest clutch we've seen in a really long time out of a rookie player. So with this team, I'm completely wiping all of their stage matches because yesterday they were a brand new roster. Skies came to play. Awakening is just doing big wake things, completely dominating the map. I'm excited to see this rematch between these two teams because obviously last time it ended in a 3-0 for Paris, but the way that Florida came out and played yesterday, I'm expecting a totally different story.
Yeah, and as we saw our maps and modes, that Garrison Hardpoint, whenever these teams faced off against each other for that first time, I think it was a 30-point victory for Legion. But again, it's hard, right? Because you're looking at the Mutineers now and you're saying, this is just a different looking roster. Like, Awakening in the interview was like, yeah, it's kind of easy just to know where people are in this game. I mean, I think I tweeted it. Big Wake is different. He's just a different kind of human being, and I love it, man. He has been dominating for the roster, and again, it can't be understated. It was a team victory yesterday. I mean, we could call on a number of different moments from Slacked. Obviously, you called it there, Neptune, the rookie, right, comes through with like the 1v4 clutch along with the sneak defuse there at the end, or not the sneak defuse, but just the 0.1, 0.2 defuse. It was madness yesterday, to put it lightly. But let's go and take a look at our game fuel keys to victory. We'll start things off with the Florida Mutineers study. What are we looking at?
Build off yesterday's win. Anything that comes to par from this point on, the brand new team, they got to be feeling really good. And then close out the search and destroys when you have a chance. Last time these two teams matched up, came out to a 1v1 between Slacked and Classic. Classic ended up walking away with the Ninja Defuse. And then everyone needs to invest in their game like Caesar Skies Bunnell. And that's insane, man, because yesterday the guy went on an 11 kill spree, and that's just something that you don't expect out of a player like Caesar, because he's been a phenomenal player last year. He kind of had a slow start to the beginning of this year, but yesterday, he's back in full form, man. I'm excited to see him play today.
Oh, definitely. He's definitely one of the guys that you kind of have to have circled in regards to this series, just in regards to the way that they've been playing. But now for the Paris Legion, keys to victory for them. Start things off, match the slang and playmaking of Florida's ARs. Again, they put up 1.3s yesterday. Clean up the execution in S&D and get first bloods. They also need that third Slayer/playmaker to kind of step up and help out with Scraps and Aqua. And, correct me if I'm wrong, Study, but I'm really expecting a lot. I think it was in Scump in the interview who was like saying, hey, the Major's different. Now's the time to play. I'm looking at Fire, right? A fellow rookie, he and Neptune battling it out. I know there's a lot of conversations about who can kind of be that rookie of the year. Obviously, we see Diamondcon in the last series, and obviously he's had a great season, and not necessarily referencing that series versus Chicago, but I think he could be that third guy consistently for this roster, and I'm hoping to see that starting off in this match today.
Oh, yeah, definitely. When you look at Fire, rookie, he has the potential to really put the ceiling high for a lot of these players, because a lot of people were just talking about this player before the even season started. So now he's going to get his feet wet in his first major, but he's going up against a phenomenal team in the Mutineers. Yesterday, we were coming off a hot win. They're going to get this replay on this very first map from their last series, which is going to be Garrison. Last time these two teams played, Florida Mutineers had a chance to win this game. They just didn't use their streaks correctly on P3. Let's see what kind of adjustments they're going to make on this time around.
It's all about adjustments. Mutineers, Legion, an elimination game. Loser goes home, and the winner advances. But we talk about this map specifically. It's actually pretty good for both of them. And I know, granted, it was Paris who pretty much won this in the earlier match that they had. But Paris 3-0 on Garrison Hardpoint. However, for Florida, not as great of a record, but they've taken Chicago and Atlanta on this map specifically. And you talk about those two teams clearly at the top of their game. It's going to be a fun one to start things off. Both rosters comfortable in the hard points, and Neptune getting some good work here early. Paris with the preferred spawns in regards to top green, and as they pretty much clear the table and Awakening goes back to the respawn screen, Legion looking good to start.
And one player that I really wanted to focus on was Aqua. He needs to match that intensity with that assault rifle with the likes of Awakening and Sky. So far, he's a 1.17 in hardpoint, the best player on the Paris Legion in this game mode. And so far, he's starting off hot 4-0 to the young man. Eventually, he's going to drop, but job well done on that P1 hardpoint. Going to be fully set up for P2. It's going to force Florida to try to work around the backside bricks. But so far, Paris Legion are coming out this map number 1 hot.
Yeah, Paris Legion. Yeah, they're doing it. They're doing well, at least to start things off. What a nice 40-7 beginning. And it looks as if we have a few players trying to make their way inside of green. Neptune to be the next one up, and at least for now, maybe waiting for the teammates, waiting for that group push, and right around the corner, it's the AR of Aqua ready to greet you. Scraps as well. Fire drops through the back, so you have somewhat of a better push going. This fire will be off of the respawn. And really from Florida, nothing earning, nothing really going for them right now. Constantly getting picked off, and this is Legion going to be up, roughly around 80 points heading into this next rotation. Not a great start for them. The battles are already going down in regards to that next HP. Scraps 4 in a row. How great has Manny Marshall been, my man? I mean, it's for Legion, it wasn't just kind of a one-player performance over this recent stretch. It's not just been Aqua, but it's been Scraps as well. A dynamic duo and taking it to Florida early.
Yeah, and you see what they are doing. Paris Legion are pushing right through middle. They still have 2 Florida Mutineers players spawning all the way out on the opposite side. Last player alive is going to be slacked, but the Paris Legion players are spawning towards that backside of P3, so they have to try to eliminate him. They're able to take down Slack now. All they have to do is turn around and focus on the front. Awakening and Skies, 2 big kills with those XM4s. Here comes Neptune with the 3rd. But eventually, Paris Legion, regardless of them fighting early for these spawns, it's looking like that Florida Mutineers are going to be fully set up and be able to fight back into this game with this P3.
This is what they need, right? A solid start from the Legion. Florida's starting to make somewhat of a comeback. Let's actually go to an Astro Gaming listen-in with the Legion.
Wait, fuck, we get in the back.
P1, 1 bullet.
Are you event?
Yeah, but one dropped on me.
Let me turn on you.
I'm alive. Below me, guys. I spawned back. Below me, no, trust me. Top 41 bullet, top 41 bullet.
I'm gonna get you. No floating back, I'm mid. Right side, mid plant.
Yeah, hit it. Back behind me. Get my cross.
Stay top green.
Okay. One's mid right now. I have cross. Guys, back floating, absolute floating.
I don't see caution.
Every time.
You cross.
Stay down on sun. No, it's you right now.
Stay down.
One more you now. One in hill, absolute behind the gray box. Yeah, gray box. Gray box there. Just leave. Stay alive on hill, got you. Yo, big door. Side. I got
two caution, came on.
He's low rails above. Low rails come in. Behind the sky rails. You keep going. I got him. Close picture. Victor dead. I have tunnel. Could be you. One's tunnel. Alright, one's tunnel.
I'm looking at tunnel rush. I don't see him.
Back nice. Victor.
More back, guys. Back tunnel gets the streaks.
I'm
playing back already.
I'll get time.
I said before the game, I'm looking for a solid start from Fire, and he has given me exactly what I requested, 13-8 on the 6 spree. Let's study. We'll see if we can kind of continue with it as one player right around the corner says goodnight to Slacked. And really in the midst of this has already got 1 streak, and he's hoping to grab the other as well. Florida, despite having that rotation, they're also getting wiped away. But I gotta say, I like the comms from them for the most part as a team that really hasn't been together for all that long. All new players together. I think everything's sounding pretty nicely right now, Studdy. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it sounds beautiful. Aqua is stepping up to that plate, being the leader that this team needs to be. He's telling people where they need to be, going top green, making sure you're watching over my cross. Just the communication between this team right now is really clicking. Mutineers, they're down by by 80 points, so they have to try to fight back on the second rotation of hard points. But the way that the Paris Legion are playing, that very first set, has been insane, man. The communication's there, crossfires are there, trays are there, everything is clicking right now for the Legion.
Yeah, and if you're Mutineers, I mean, you just got to get somebody going, right? This is kind of not the greatest way to start this one off. Down 70 coming into the next set of rotations as we'll head back to P1. What Neptune 12-13 as we look through the stats just to kind of get a little bit of a better gauge. Awakening 5-13, Skies 8-17. The ARs that put up 1.3s yesterday. Not having a great start. Legion completely taking over this game, and I think a majority of it has to do for that very reason is what they're going to be in a good position to grab the remainder of this time. I thought for a moment Florida may try to engage, but they're just going to go ahead and rely on that P2 look. For Paris, they're going to try to go for the backside push through bricks. First person in play is going to be Classic. He's also on a 5 spree himself. Finally gets cut down. Somewhat of a trade, so Florida have a moment to breathe. But my goodness, man, this has just been all Legion all game long, and I'm shocked as we took a look at the stats. The ARs, they're just not there right now.
Yeah, they're not there, man. You see Paris Legion, they're just doing everything they can to win the rotations. Fires is eventually going to use his artillery strike to get these guys off of this hard point. Unfortunately, he kills himself there. That's going to drop 3 for Paris Legion. That's going to force Paris Legion to all spawn towards P3. So this is exactly what the Mutineers need. They need to get a full 60 and potentially try to force Legion to spawn out towards the backside of this P2 to try to chain P2 and P3 together. Classic and the boys